Hey there, my Muñaños gaming fans, and especially welcome agents to the Ultimate Debriefing. The gameplay premiere of IO Interactive's 007 First Light has finally dropped, and after years of speculation, we have our first real look at the real future of James Bond in video games. And while the visuals are stunning today, we are going under the hood. We are putting our Q branches glasses to dissect every single technical aspect and gameplay mechanics revealed. This isn't just about what Bond does, it's about how he does it. From the integration of espionage to the brutality and efficiency of his combat skills, we're going to break down everything timestamp by timestamp. So grab your martini, then let's get started. Right off the bat, IO Interactive establishes the core pillar of this game: pure infiltration and espionage, as we see Bond, a young agent on his first major assignment, moving through a sophisticated gala. This isn't about running and gunning, it's about observation. The narrator explicitly states the need to blend with crowds, scout for tactical options, and create mental maps of pathways. This is a signature IO Interactive social style that we know from Hitman, but with a distinct Bond twist. It seems more proactive. You're not just looking for a disguise, you're actively absorbing the atmosphere and the layout. This foundational mechanic suggests that the level will be dense, multi-layer puzzles where information is your most valuable weapon.
If he doesn't make an appearance in the next 10 minutes, he can watch from down here.
And that leads us to the next key mechanics: environmental storytelling through dialogues. At the deep dive emphasized listening to a conversations of pine clues. This is brilliant. It turns every non-playable characters or NPC from a single obstacles into a potential asset or source of intel. It encourages players to slow down, to truly inhabit the role of a spy who is always listening, always processing. This could lead to discovering alternate routes, learning security codes, and uncovering side objectives, making the world feel like reactive and alive. True player freedom is the holy grail of modern game design, and 007 First Light appears to be championed in this philosophy. At the developer's highlight, there are numerous ways to achieve your goals. We see Bond acquiring a stolen ticket, but it's implied he could have it just as easily impersonating a staff member or find another way entirely. This multiple pathways approach is crucial. It what separates a linear action game from a true spy simulation. It caters two different playstyles. Are you the charming Bonds who talks his way through, the ghost who sleeps beyond unseen, or the opportunist who creates a diversion? By providing these options, IO Interactive ensures high replayability. A single mission could be half a dozen different outcomes and routes, and that is incredibly exciting. Of course, it won't be a Bond without gadgets, and Q Branch has delivered. The first and perhaps most fundamental gadget is the Bond's iconic watch. As we see, it's not just for telling time. Its function as a scanner, highlighting environmental interactions, distractions, and security vulnerabilities. This is fantastic. Diegetic way to implement a classic detective mode without breaking immersion. It's Bond's intellect and his tools working in perfect harmony.
Your Q gadgets are custom developed.
Then we get the heavy hitters. The gameplay reveals three distinct gadgets. First, the laser. It shows that have a dual use, a direct offensive beam or a tactical tool to exploit the environmental weak point. Imagine cutting the bolts of a heavy chandelier to create a trap. The possibilities are huge. Next, we got the smoke device. This is a classic stealth tool, perfect for confusing enemies to allow for a silent takedown or a quick escape. It's simple, effective, and must have way for any spy's arsenal. And finally, we got the dart phone. This is a fascinating gadget. It's for incapacitating targets you can bluff or charm. This implies that the dialogue system has a failed stages, and when your words don't work, you need a silent, non-lethal weapon. This reinforces the idea of that killing is the last result, not the default.
Sometimes hard avoidable.
But what happens when stealth fails? Bond gets his license to kill. The combat system looks visceral and dynamic. The melee combat shown is a flurry of throw, parries, direct strike, and brutal environmental takedowns. It's not just a button smashing in fast, it's about using your momentum and your surroundings. It looks fluid, reactive, and incredibly satisfying.
You'll need to think fast. granted a license to kill.
And when the moments come, the guns come out. The game fully embraced the action hero side of Bond. At the narrator state that when enemy shows lethal intent, Bond's license to kill is granted. The gunplay appears tight and responsive, with Bond using his signature pistol and even picking up enemy firearms. The footage also highlights that adversaries will have different levels of armor, requiring tactical thinking. You can't just spray and pray, you have to pick your shot and improvise. Crucial to the combat system integrates the other mechanics seamlessly. As we see in the environments can be turned into a weapon, and it confirms that stealth gadgets can be deployed in combat, disrupting attacks and creating offensive opportunity. This multi-layered approach means that even if a fight breaks out, you're still thinking like a spy. Finally, we had the mechanic called Bond's Instinct shown at. This appears to be a focus mode, like slowing down time to let you pinpoint weak spot or difficult target or environmental hazard. It's the final piece of the puzzle, representing Bond's sharp reflexes, deadly focus on the pressure. So, what's the better? Technically, 007 First Light looks like a masterful blend of IO Interactive sandbox expertise with the specific pillars of the James Bond's fantasy. The mechanics we see today point towards a game that offers deep player choices, reward intelligence and observations, and delivered explosive cinematic action when the situation demanded. In my perspective, it's an ambitious project, but every mechanic seems purposeless and polished. So, what do you think? Which technical feature are you excited most and you cannot wait to get your hands on? Let me know in the comments. And please do consider hitting the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for everything gaming news, retro gaming, gaming walkthroughs, and all gaming in general. This was Jesus from Jesus Gaming. Health and success, and happy gaming.